Welcome, lords and ladies of fate. In this stream, we play various tabletop role-playing games as you, the audience, earn fate chips that can be used to reward or punish your favorite players or their characters. You can earn fate chips by just watching, following, hosting, or subscribing, or just contributing to the game. You can then use those fate chips to heal characters, adjust their next skill checks, force them to say silly lines, and reward or punish them by affecting their experience points. Tonight we're playing Rifts by Palladium Books. And with us, we have Michael playing as Rembrandt Brown, the Weapon X super spy.
Hello.
Next, we've got Chance playing as Felix, the Human Totem Warrior. And myself will be playing Illustra Craft, the Human Princess Sign Nullifier. And we may or may not be joined a little bit later by April and Bill playing our two Atlantean team members. But for now, I will turn things over to Julian, who is playing as our GM.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Well, last time on The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Megaverse, our heroes ventured into the fairy forest and talked to Queen Titania and performed a few tests for her amusement. Which they did very well, really. A lot of shenanigans involving strange fairy foods, cauliflower ears, and stuff like that. The killing of Jabberwockies, also. Gravity stopped working like it usually does, by means of statue. But eventually they did complete these three tasks and got the fairy food that they were looking for, and also freed the Goblin King, or as he wants to be known, David. Just David, really. My name's just David. No problem. Whom you now have amongst you. You woke up from this ordeal outside of Lenny, the talking car. And a very anxious Dr. Forsyth, who was wondering why you were sleeping all of a sudden. Exactly. And Felix explained matters as well as he could to poor Dr. Forsyth, who really doesn't understand most of it, which was very exciting about the stories about fairies. He was also very excited about meeting your new friends. Hello there, sir. What's your name? He looked at you. Remy, I am Dr. Forsyth. Welcome to the group. I hope you're the adventurous sort. We are heading into quite dangerous territory. But you look like a man who can take care of himself.
Yeah, actually, I was on my way to Leslo. I was looking for a Dr. Killian. On my way to hunt him down. Killian. You heard the name?
Well, yes, but he died hundreds of years ago. That is odd. Haven't you told him why we're heading to Medhaven?
No. But
Oh.
by the way, we're heading to Madhaven. It's on the east. This place in the East Coast. It used to be a city of some sort. It's haunted.
Madhaven on the East Coast, okay?
Apparently it's very bad.
This is fascinating.
It's what? It's haunted?
Yeah.
Like ghosts?
Yes, amongst others, mutants apparently also.
Mutants and
Enslavers.
Enslavers.
Not very friendly.
Yeah, I wasn't informed about this. This Killian,
He had a lab there. We're gonna go loot it.
Yes.
Explore and research it.
That sounds interesting, because the guy I'm talking about, he was up and breathing 3 weeks ago, running an experiment for a company called Gentech, and him and his science team was working on a space folding program, and they just hit a switch and opened this rift, and we all slid in.
What's a space program?
Was this before or after the dragons came out?
There was no dragons.
I hate to tell you, but it looks like you pulled a Native American. You see, my people, the spirits took us into a rift, and then we came back after all the bad stuff happened. I'm gonna let you know that everything you know, it's gone. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Apocalypse, nightmares, dragons, demons, slavers, volcanoes, dinosaurs. Yeah, it all happened, and they kept killing each other, which made it happen worse.
Well, not necessarily. You see, it could be a time hole. This is true. But it could also be a parallel dimension. You see, sometimes different Earths develop differently. And in some cases, the apocalypse, so to speak, never happened. I've heard of this before. I think, young man, Remy, was it?
Yes.
I think you should come inside. I have something you should see. Maybe you could shed some light on this. You see, Dr. Killian in our time is a historical figure, but that doesn't mean it's the same Dr. Killian. But still.
Oh, this is our top car, by the way. The car's alive.
Hello. You hear the car saying.
This all just hurts my head.
Okay. Yeah, because I would be 100 years old if that was the case.
300, I
Or
think.
300 years old. So I'm assuming that the killing I'm talking about might not be the same that you're talking about.
Exactly. Fascinating. Do come inside. I have something to show you.
All right, very well.
Now, there is a handout in Roll20. That is Killian's journal. I think it should be available to everybody. Yeah. Just so you can read it as well, Remy. Oh, that's me. Somebody's doing fireworks. I'm very sorry. It's stopped now. But you get inside and read this, and meanwhile he also notices your other new friend. And you sir, you are David. Just David. Hello. Oh, okay. Fair enough, I guess.
He's
Now,
a king of some kind.
Oh, sorry. A king? Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to be the king, I've heard.
The Goblin King, apparently.
Oh, he doesn't look like a goblin?
I think it was more of a story of a goblin and his inflated crotch that was bejeweled.
Oh, I see. And then you see Dr. Forsyth's eyes for the first time, see the bejeweled crotch.
Really?
And is
Now you
stunned.
notice that?
Well, he is absent-minded.
I think we have an air pump for it somewhere. Just
But you all get inside Lenny. As you can see in Roll20, I've made a little map of Lenny, because he is quite a big car. Where you can position yourself where you want to. I've positioned the Atlanteans in the back with Dr. Forsyth. And you can see the levels on the right. The one with all the colors are the bunk beds on top of the car. The one in the front is the storage below the passenger, below the driver's seat. And sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Just tell me if there's something you can't quite figure out from my small scribblings and stuff, what it should be. The back of the van is the laboratory of Dr. Forsyth.
How do I move my token?
You should be able to just drag it, can't you? I've given you permission to.
I think it's a background item or something for me. I'm not able to move them either.
Yeah, same thing.
Just a minute.
You can move it.
What layer are they
unless
in?
we're having a discussion, if we're just like moving around, I'm probably going to be on Tonto and scouting ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, just tell me where you want to be. I'll place you there for now then.
I'll be ahead of the vehicle scouting ahead unless we're actually having some sort of conversation that's needed. And they holler out the window, "Hey, get back here."
Yeah, I'll get on Slick and kind of maybe not to go ahead, but at least keep pace. Give him a little
Giant
extra
ferret.
attention.
So I've seen everything.
And where do you want to be, Rembrandt?
I guess I want to talk to Dr. Forsyth. He said he wanted to talk to him about some stuff.
Oh, then you're back here with him. And Lenny is driving himself. Actually, I'll just put the Atlanteans at the driver.
Good man, car thing.
The Atlanteans are driving. That's what they're doing. David has gone to the bunk bed. He's very tired, and he needs to rest.
Hey, Dr. Forsyth, how's my beef jerky drying rack going? Did it dry up yet? I could use some more jerky.
I really don't know. You can check in the laboratory. It's beginning to smell a bit.
So,
Means it's not ready yet then.
so we're headed to Manhattan, you said?
Mad Haven.
Mad
Haven?
Yes, but I think it was called Mad Manhattan at one time.
Really?
And
There's a potentially friendly tribe of my people that we're going to hang out with first, see if they can get us a guide into there. Potentially friendly. Sometimes we're frenemies. We try.
How have you prepared against the ghosts and the mutants that we might run across?
Well, that's why I hired these people.
Oh, they're gonna handle the ghosts and the mutants?
Yes, indeed.
Okay. Well,
I'm very strong.
what tactics?
I'm very strong.
For ghosts, what tactics are good against the ghosts?
Magic.
I don't have magic.
Psychic powers.
No psych powers.
Good old muscle mass.
Muscle can work against ghosts?
Why not? Works against everything else.
What do you
I'm
think,
sure they're
Dr.
nice on
Forsyth?
the inside.
I really don't know exactly how to fight ghosts and such.
Do you have
I do know that they can affect your mind.
Okay. Do you have anything that protects against mind?
Oh no, that's not good for Felix.
I don't think it's good for me either. Do you have
He
anything
looks
that protects?
around at all of you and just conveys the message that you are the one who's protecting him from the ghosts.
Okay, well, I never fought a ghost. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm sure we'll be just fine.
Have you fought ghosts before?
I mean, you know, they're not unusual where I'm from, but not specifically.
How do you usually combat them?
I
shamans.
just tell them to go away.
You do have a convincing voice.
Yeah, well, I can be right nasty if I
I
need to.
want. See what had happened once. I once watched her make an entire room full of extra dimensional horrors take a nap
I don't doubt it.
while they were trying to stab us. Just napping.
Yeah. I remember when I was in that loopy dance, the only thing that kept me sane was Luscia. So I started noticing a few things, but I haven't been able to connect them yet. But it seems like you have some interesting abilities, Luscia.
Well, I just think good things happen to good people, and bad things happen to bad people.
And apparently it usually does around you.
It's just the way of the world. Whatever world you're from.
All right. So, do anyone have any background on lore of ghosts and supernaturals that I could look at?
I don't think. Well, no, it's not really a demon or monster, so it's a magical being. It would be
What do you
all
mean?
magic.
Look at.
Analyze.
You're the first person I've ever known that's had a look-atable book. Tablet. Armband.
That's
Thing.
the perfect word, a book tablet. That's all it is. It does a few things other than that, but speaking of which, I'd like to scan the frequencies of anything that I might pick up. Just regular scanning of the bands. To see if
You mean
anything's out
radio
there.
signals and such?
Yeah, from AM, FM, just have it scan through all the bands and see if it picks up anything, even on the lower channels.
Do me a radio
Ghost
basic.
Rider request permission for flyby.
Radio basic.
Negative Ghost Rider, pattern is full.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. Well, a 17 should definitely do it. I do believe your skill is higher than that.
52.
Yes, you scan every band you can think of, and a few that you just try to see what happens. There is nothing around. You are completely and utterly alone when it comes to technological communication, which is very strange for you. There's always something, and I mean, there's not any satellites. There's nothing.
That's a good sign. That means I own the airwaves.
You kind of do. The only thing you pick up is Lenny, which every now and then comes through with a what is it now when you get to his channel.
Lenny has a radio channel?
Yeah, apparently.
I record that radio channel. That's good to know.
And apparently you kind of ping him when you get to that channel, which makes the car go a little bit.
So I talked to Lenny. Hey, Lenny, you're picking me up?
Oh yeah, of course. What do you want? I'm driving here.
Nothing. This is excellent. Just to test.
Oh.
All right. So I just scan it and then close it. I just let it do this thing.
Cool. Well, you travel on. Chance, you do know that the coming terrain will be rough, although completely empty of any civilization. Even though the Longhouse Preserve is the grandest preserve in this area, it is a lot of wilderness with pockets of civilization here and there. Most of it is just forest. So you know you're in for a long stretch, which should hopefully be boring.
Well, as I'm guiding the group, I'll be doing my best to follow any Native American. Don't go there, stay out of our territory sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I know the people around me like people and civilization. I'm going to tend to avoid it. So if there is a friendly signed tribe in the area, or if I see signs of a tribe, smokestacks sort of things, go there to hey, we're going through your territory. But generally avoiding civilization proper, given the option.
Oh, that would be very easy. There's not a lot of it about. But yes, you do know the signs of exactly stay out or watch out for monsters and stuff like that. You don't really see a lot of them. The first couple of days travel into this territory is... You see a couple of old ones, some that's been there for at least 50 years and haven't been renewed. But you do notice that the weather patterns is beginning to get a bit rougher. You expect a storm on the horizon.
On the plus side, we have the car if we need to make good shelter, or if we need to make hasty shelter, but there's a storm coming on. Holler back to the car, to the guys in the car. Looks like there's a storm coming. I'm going to try to find us some shelter. Go find, maybe a cave face, or if there's a friendly village around nearby. Some place that we can get in and out of a oncoming storm, particularly if it turns into some sort of rift storm.
Well, you do sense that there's not a lot of ley lines about. That's a good thing. You also notice that there's no such thing as anything that could be used as shelter, really. Well, there's trees. A lot of trees. Pine trees.
Damn it, Ohio!
But it does seem like this is a place that just is ignored, really. It's very pristine and very nice. But as the storm does begin to close in, it gets colder. And Illustra, your body armor does protect you somewhat from this. It doesn't, however, protect your ferret, which is beginning to be a bit chilled. It does have pretty thick fur, but it's not used to this much cold. Especially as it begins slowly to snow. Now, in the meantime, Rembrandt, you wanted to ask Dr. Forsyth something?
Yes, I'd like to ask Dr. Forsyth, what does he consider a mutant? Is it something genetically spliced, or is it like radiation?
That is a very good question. There's several kinds. I'm actually not sure which we are heading for in Mad Haven. It seems to be some sort of genetic evolution of the people living there, but again, nobody really knows because people don't really go there. There are mutants around in the world. They're usually mutant animals produced by the Coalition, very uncomfortable people.
Coalition? What's the Coalition?
Well, in your timeline, did you have Nazis?
We did.
Think Nazis.
You have Nazis?
With lasers.
Sorry?
You have Nazis here?
Well, kind of like Nazis. They have a lot of skulls and really hate people that are not them and shoot them a lot.
How would they feel towards me?
That depends. Are you completely human?
I am completely human, augmented.
Augmented, so you have bionics?
No, I mean, experimented.
Experiment?
Yes. On my world, you can gene splice.
Oh, I see. I think they might want to see what makes you tick. I don't think they're your friends.
I don't think I want to. Well, how do they identify me as me?
As long as you don't let them know that you are a dimensional being, then you should be okay.
How do I know with their coalition?
Because the
helmets.
Because what?
Totenkopf, the Death's Head, you'll know it. They like black, they like skulls, and they tend to be righteous, phallic in members.
What he said, yes.
Is there
indeed.
a lot of them? Is it a continent?
Oh, yes.
Is it really?
Millions.
Millions.
They are one of the biggest nation on North America at this moment.
Yeah, they came out of Missouri.
And what is
weird?
And what is the DBs doing about this? What is the other?
Running and hiding mainly.
Wow. So they have a superior force, am I assume?
Oh yes. They are opposed by something called the Federation of Magic, but nobody really knows if it exists.
Those psychopaths aren't much better. Sometimes
Exactly.
they're worse.
Exactly. And we in Laszlo try to make a peaceful society instead, and try to gather together with our technology and knowledge and magic to create a greater whole.
At least the Death's Head folks aren't actually summoning demons to Earth. Can't say the same about Federation of Magic.
What gives them
like you said.
What gives them the superior advantage over everyone else? Because people like me who came in, I have an ability. I've seen other people with abilities. What's
Dog boys.
Dog boys? What is that?
The mutants I mentioned, canine mutants that smell magic and psionics and demons and track them down.
Oh, doggies?
Yes, indeed. They are very nice people when you get to know them. Most of them are, unfortunately, indoctrinated into coalition thought.
No, I'm not a demon, magic, or psionic, so...
I don't know how they'll react to you, to be honest. Felix, can't you sense these things about people? Would he register?
I mean, that's a good question. I basically am a dog boy when it comes to sensing magic.
Wow.
So dogs boys look human?
No. Dog boys look like walking dogs that are part human. Like, so they get, they stand on their hind legs, but they have dog muzzles, and there's different breeds of them, like Dobermans and Germans and Shepherds and Labradoodle dog boys. But they're all like 3/4 human, 1/4 dog, and they can smell magic and psychic power. And if a dog boy starts pointing at you, and there are death's head around, run or fight. Don't sit still.
Oh.
And oh yeah, they have flying Samuses that give them a good tactical advantage because they control the skies, and about the only thing that can touch them out in the skies are dragons.
They have flying what?
Robots, suits, flying power armors, and
Yes.
robots.
Are they controlled by radio? Are they sentient?
No.
No. They have a pilot.
Oh, they have.
There's a pilot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they really hate magic and dimensional beings. They're not nice people. In their defense, Rift's Earth isn't a nice place, and the Common Coalition peasant probably has it better than just about any other peasant in the continent.
I'm not
As long as
sure
you're
I
one of
agree
them.
with that, but
Maybe better isn't the right word. They are safer.
As long as you're one of them,
Safer. If you're one of them,
you're safe.
you are probably safe because they are incredibly militaristic and, well, successful at being militaristic. To the point where my people just try to avoid them for the most part. The ones that decided that they were going to deny the spirits and go try to recover their ancestral land in the Osage Hills, we haven't heard from them since they left.
Is there a rebel group or organization that fights the coalition?
several, I think.
Pretty much everybody that isn't coalition, but that would also pertain that there is some sort of organized... The biggest we have are city-states. Laszlo being one of the most successful city-states that we have, and that's where our friends are from. But really, you've got about as much power as you can militaristically secure.
They are most definitely the highest military power in this continent.
They've been fighting a war with the Federation of Magic, though, since pretty much the inception of the Coalition States. And the Federation of Magic really, at this point in time, seems like they're kind of got a hands up right now. They've survived a lot longer than most people said they would. But my people hear rumors that there's some new tech coming around.
What kind of strategy or offenses have you used against the coalition that's been successful?
We don't. We avoid.
Avoid. Rightly placed virus could do some damage. Just saying.
We don't really agree with biological warfare in Laszlo.
What about extinction? Do you agree with extinction in Leslie?
No, but that's the point, really. We try to find the peaceful solution.
One of the reasons I went to Laszlo is finding that peaceful solution.
I agree totally that we're not there yet, but we are looking. And actually, the findings that we might see in Medhaven might help us with this. You see, what we're looking for is Killian's work, his work on genetics especially.
Okay.
One of the advantages, as Felix said, was the dog boys, something that only the coalition can create. With this technology, we might be able to do so as well.
So we're looking for ancient dog raiders?
Well, pretty much, yes. If you put it like that, it does sound a bit silly. But yes.
Think of a guard dog with the intelligence of a teenager.
That is a very good description.
That can smell magic and magic creatures.
That's unfortunate. Teenagers on my world are a bunch of punks.
Yep.
I like to
Very
rebel
similar on
against
my
the
world,
system.
too.
I think this is universal.
So, that's not a good thing here either. Well, let's just hope we don't run into them. Try to avoid them. Did I smell? Did I register on your senses, Felix?
No, let me try. Let's see. In front of your eyes, Felix shifts, moves, and transforms into a little American red fox, about high as your knee. Let's see, 60%. 40. Okay, 40% plus 5 per level. So roll would be a 45 because I'm level 2.
Oh, very nice. Well, you do know that it's working because you register other magic beings, mostly the Atlanteans and yourself. But no, there's nothing from Remy. Not a tingle, not even a slightly psionic power. He seems completely and utterly normal.
I ask him what about the ring. I take off the ring, that flower ring.
Yes.
That
That
Nick
does
gave me.
register as magic.
It does register. Can you identify it?
No.
Does anyone have a way?
And honestly, even for myself, I don't have that much more PPE than a regular person. I've only got like 40-something PPE total. So I am very, very, very minorly... I put off basically the same amount of magic radiation as a normal person does.
Can you do those cool card tricks that those magicians do?
So.
And then the fox shifts back into the red man.
Thank you. So I'm not.
While I remember, Chance, how far of a range does your smell thing have when you use it?
Oh, it says as per dog boy. So let's
Pretty
see.
far then, I guess.
Yeah, sense psychic and magic energy, sense supernatural being as per dog boy, but I didn't write down that page. Note to self, when I find the page, I need to write it down. Crazy. Cyber Knights, Glitter Boys, Dog Boys, 142, Dog Boy stats, 147. Recognize, sense psychic and magic energy. 15 seconds. Space skill, reduce half. Sensitive to psionic and magic powers in use at 400 feet plus 50 per level.
Plenty. Excellent. As you use it, you also notice that a small bleep appears from where David is sleeping.
Just a small one.
Yeah, nothing big. But bigger than normal humans. About your level, I would say.
Yeah, it runs in the hundreds of feet, with that being about times 10 if there's active magic in use, roughly speaking.
Cool. Well, you drive on. The weather gets worse. A lot worse. A blizzard is beginning to form around you.
Try to find
And Slick
some
is
sort
not a happy ferret.
I'll try to find some sort of shelter, a tree break, a wind break.
I believe we
Anything I can
also
find,
purchased some gear before we left. Some kind of, I thought we got some generic cold gear type stuff. But I guess what I'd try to do is see if I could find some like extra padding to like stick in between Slick and his armor until we can find some shelter.
Shelter is again pretty hard because, well, I guess you could use a lot of time to build something with a lot of trees you cut down and stuff like that. But it is mainly just a pine tree forest stretching out as far as you can see. So there's shelter-ish behind the trees, but the problem is that the blizzard is whirling around, so it will catch up with you at some point. Chance, do you have any resistance to cold and stuff like that?
Nothing supernatural on resistance to cold other than just being generally having supernatural endurance and
How much is your PE?
16 supernatural.
Okay. Then you still feel it. you definitely begin to long for some shelter, and your horse as well, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'll definitely be, hiking up to try to find and make some shelter.
Give me a wilderness survival, I guess.
I just rolled it a second ago and it wasn't good.
oh, I see. You find no shelter whatsoever, except for if you want to start cutting down trees and actually building something, which will
I think
take
I'm gonna have to
a long
start
time.
karate chopping trees
I
and
also have wilderness
trying
survival.
to make it.
May I have attempt at trying to find something?
Oh yes, most definitely.
Is the truck not shelter?
Yeah, but we have a giant ferret and a Native American who really doesn't want to go inside with a horse.
Oh God, it's a big no.
No, not at all.
See what had
kinda
happened.
lost, and so does your ferret.
Shoving the ferret
Your
inside the
future
car
ferret.
seems like a really good idea right now.
Well, I guess you could mash it in the middle part between the driver's compartment and the living room and a bit of the living room as well.
They like
If
tight
you want to.
spaces.
So we basically have a large ferret around here.
A little bit of a tight squeeze, guys.
He knocks over a couple of the chairs at the table.
There is no shelter to be found anywhere nearby, folks. I looked. There is nothing. We are in a crazy middle of nowhere. Nothing. And it's really cold out there, so I'm going to try to make a windbreak for the side of the car. That's all I got. I'm going to karate chop a couple of trees down and literally just branches and all stack them on top of each other. Cedar tree on top of cedar tree, kind of leaning up to the side of the car. Well, not all the way leaning
any
up.
sort of shelter building skills?
I have camouflage.
Yes, that could be done. Yeah, but not really shelter, but I guess you could do shelter with camouflage. Yeah, I'll allow us camouflage.
I have, other than wilderness survival.
Yeah, but you already rolled that and that
Right.
didn't go well.
Tracking.
I also
Wow.
have wilderness survival.
Oh, then it's probably will be helpful if you do a roll actually
Okay.
to help these two people get into the swing of things.
No.
No.
Failed.
You agree with them? This is completely impossible. There's nothing.
We just picked the wrong part of town.
Indeed, yes.
So, trying to build a windbreak out of chopped down trees. But I karate chopped.
So roll me a camouflage check just to see how well you do this.
I have a 31 here. 31. And I got a 41.
As you finish up leaning trees up against Lenny, you hear the voice from the car going, just why is there trees on me?
Think of it like a pine cone blanket.
Oh, okay. You do know I don't freeze, right?
I was just trying to I don't know how you techno things work. I'm treating you like a me thing.
Okay, well, thank you very much. I guess I don't freeze. I don't have skin.
Well, okay. I do, and it's cold.
A lot of trees are leaning up against the car with no real effect unless you want to dry your clothing, I guess. It's cover for if anyone attacks you. And I would very much like everybody outside, unless they're wearing environmental armor, to do me safe versus fatigue, which is a 12 with your PE bonus. The same you use for magic and disease and stuff like that. Only if you're outside and not wearing environmental armor. So the ferret and the horse will also have to roll.
Oh, I thought we squeezed the ferret inside.
Oh yeah. Oh, you squeezed the ferret. Sorry. My bad. I'm just gonna put you next to where your ferret is.
It's not my night.
Yeah, you're beginning to feel the cold, man. You might be a wilderness guy, but you're from a place that's not in this kind of weather and climate. You're used to much warmer weather than this, and you're beginning to feel a bit chilly, and your fingertips are beginning to turn a bit blue, so is your lips.
Can I search the car for Lenny for emergency blankets or something like that?
Yeah, it's not much of a search. We look at upstairs where the bunks are. There's sleeping bags there you could definitely use for that.
And me and the horse are wrapped up in a horse blanket. That's we're tucked up beside each other on the side of the car, wrapped up in a horse blanket.
Do you bring
you guys
them
want
some
a sleeping blanket?
Do
you want a sleeping blanket?
That'll be fine.
Is there any way I can help them make a fire? Can I make a fire for these guys?
Well, in this weather it'll be tough. There is a small stove inside where you could probably, I mean, it's pretty nice and toasty inside, but
yeah, I mean outside with the horse and
yeah, that's gotta be tough in a blizzard to make a fire, really. Unless you
I'd take cover inside, but I don't want to leave my horse alone.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh no, I'm just wrapped up in my horse blankets. That's gonna try to tough it out.
Did you make a save for your horse as well?
No. I don't know what bonuses a horse would have, but I don't think it matters.
+2.
I don't think it matters.
Oh no! Your horse is not having a good day at all. Doesn't like you no anymore. It thought you were friends. It feels betrayed, really.
Why did you take me into this cold?
It looks at you with these giant, round horse eyes. Why?
You know what? How about this? Illustria, right? Don't you have some kind of perception ability to see things around us? Maybe hidden, something like a cave or.
Well, I mean, I can sense like certain things.
Hidden things, right?
I can do like I can sense like
Just your astral.
electric
astral
stuff.
Who has the Omni ability? The Omni.
Yeah, Omni sight.
Yeah, can you use that and see if we can find a shelter place for the horse? I mean, it has a good range, right?
Let's see.
500 feet.
I'm not sure if it's gonna do much good for that. It's mostly allows me to see like invisible aura, spirits, electromagnetic fields. I can see like if we're in like a indoor setting, I can check and oftentimes find secret doors, compartments and stuff. Infrared, ultraviolet, heat signatures.
So yeah, see if we can find a location that might be suitable for the horse.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
If you would.
Kind of, I guess, search the area for any kind of signs of any heat signatures or anything like that that might be nearby. That'll give me at least an idea if there's something close.
Caves.
You notice nothing whatsoever. Maybe it's also that any smaller heat signatures is probably covered by snow. But no, there are no caves in the vicinity that would be big enough for a horse. You guess someone could build a shelter if they were able to do so. But you wouldn't really know.
I have
how.
general maintenance.
Look, I was cold.
I have general maintenance. Would that help?
Not really. There's nothing really to maintain.
I'm not sure what else we can do.
I mean, I think I'm just gonna have to suffer through it with the horse, unless it gets so bad that I need to try to trick the horse into the back of the car somehow. I'm not making horse jerky. This guy's my friend.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
In the back
I
of the
wouldn't
car,
listen to
no,
that.
but that no, not my research. This cannot be.
Yeah, it might have to be if this gets worse.
No. Dr. Forsyth begins to pack away his very delicate research and take it far away from where the horse might get in if that gets necessary.
I'll we got a hose. It's gonna get smelly up in here.
Do we have any maps of the area or anything like that I might be able to use navigation to gear us in the direction towards something more?
Well, actually, Demetrius has the map. It's the old map before the cataclysm, but you can see that you should be on your way. Really,
I'll be looking for like landmarks of like like not necessarily mountains, but like different terrain where there might actually be better shelter options available.
Well, you should be getting to some mountains when you go further east from here. About half away from where you are, and to Medhaven is the Great Appalachian Wall, well, the Eastern Wall is called. So, going east for the next couple of days, not in a blizzard, would get you to it. About a week in a blizzard.
Damn it, Ohio.
Does this Lenny has any features? Or what features does Lenny have besides like, beds and stuff? Does he have like an armorer, or does he have like a place to do repairs?
You do notice that the armor is very tough. Much tougher than what you probably experience from your own dimension mostly. The thing in the back is kind of this laboratory. It's not part of Lenny. It seems to be built inside of him with all sorts of analyzing materials and computers and stuff like that. There's a small kitchen in the red area in the middle that has a stove and a fridge, and it has a water circulation system and cleaning system. There's also showers.
Are there any detachable plates on the truck that we could take off and use as a house for?
Oh, like that? No. Well, if you had some good mechanic skills, I would probably allow it. Do you have any that would be, I guess, automotive mechanics?
I have basic mechanics and what we said before, general repair.
No. It had to be automotive at least. Or mechanical engineer would do it as well, but that's higher kind of.
Yeah.
So no, not without destroying the car permanently.
Well, I don't think we have any choice but to keep pushing on, fellas.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
if we're moving.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to try to get Tonto into the back of the little research lab.
Well, he's more willing than you might think, given that it's It seems like you're taking him to warmer areas, and he's quite desperate at this point to get to that.
Don't mind that roll. Doesn't mean anything. Don't mind it.
It does take you some time, apparently. You sort of forget his name, which insults him a lot. And just out of pure spite, he just turns away for a while until you lure him with carrots. And you do eventually get him into the back where he knocks over a lot of tables, and you seem, all of you here, to hear Dr. Forsyth's weeping up in the bunk area. I'm just gonna put him up there. So I guess you will go in with your horse?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing to the horse
inside
and try to calm him down.
It tells you of its woes and that its owner keeps forgetting his name and it's very cold. And becomes your friend. But you all get inside, which makes all the saving throws for weird stuff end. However, as you drive on, it becomes difficult to perceive anything. The snowstorm continues, much to your annoyance. It becomes kind of worrisome as the day goes on and it doesn't stop. And every now and then, Chance, you feel the presence in the wind of something malign, something watching, maybe helping the storm along.
Well, I think this is the part where I start communing with spirits. I think the best place to do that is if I actually get out of the car, build a little bit of fire.
In the blizzard.
Build a fire in the blizzard and commune with spirits.
I'm gonna make you do me a wilderness survival to build a fire with, let's say, a -20 for doing it in a blizzard.
With the way I've been rolling tonight,
I don't think you have any gasoline.
I matched.
You just managed to get this small fire going, mainly by putting tarps around it. Sitting, yes, finally I have a fire. It won't last long, but it'll last for the ritual.
Long enough to speak with the spirits. Page.
Oh, look, a fire.
172, 176. But yeah, I am going to try to reach out and see if there are any spirits that are around that are willing to speak.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, this is not exclusive to spirits that is on your side, right?
Using this power, Psychic can feel the presence of spirits. The term spirit includes entities, astral travelers, splintered life essences, alien intelligences, mysterious and spirits, spirit demons, gods, familiars, witches, rune weapons.
Right. Well, the first thing you notice is actually something quite close by. Apparently, David is part astral being.
David is part astral being, so does he respond when I query him psychically?
He goes, what? What? And kind of, it's hard to get a hold of him because he's in the physical world. But some of him responds. However, this is the good news. The bad news comes very swiftly afterwards as you feel a torrent of pain and suffering.
That's not good. I don't have mind block.
You sense a longing to be free and for the hurting to end from hundreds of the local spirits. You sense a tight grip around them, holding them, making them do the bidding of someone bad.
Well, I will query to see if I can get a response from the good or the bad.
Well, the only response is along the lines of set me free or kill me. Except that when you do this for a longer period, you notice that you attract the attention of something different. Something dark. Red eyes, gaunt, skeletal almost, with giant antlers.
Who are you? Identify yourself.
A spirit of the wind. I hunger. And then you notice the approach of several of these beings, and they do not want to help you.
Well, let's see.
Auto Snickers bars, yeah.
Why are you so hungry? Shouldn't you be traveling? Isn't that what you do? A spirit of the wind?
You hear a continuous eat, as they approach.
Well, I guess at that point it's going to be take 2 steps to the side. Thunk, 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 thunk. There's stuff coming. They're not friendly. And I don't think they're on the physical plane, but, watch out for David! Okay.
What? Okay, as this warning comes in time, I would like all of you to roll initiative, please. Oh! Who rolled a natural 20? You did, Remy. Nice. And a 12 for Chance. And a 10 for Illustra. I can't remember the bonuses of the Atlantean, so I'll make something up.
I get a +2.
Yeah, but you have a natural 20, so you're first. Unless I roll a natural 20 as well. But I seem to remember Demetrius having something along the lines of +2. So he has an 8.
April should have at least +6 for 6 cents.
And Sophia has a +6 because she has the 6 cents thingy, so she has 19. And I'll just play them by ear, as far as I can remember. There will be bubbles. Yes. Well, we start with Rembrandt. Well, you hear the knocking and the warning.
I hear a knocking.
From Felix on the back of the door of the car going, "We got company."
Yeah. I tell Lenny to stop, and I go phase, and then I turn on my X-rays and take a look. Hold on a sec. There we go. Turn on my X-rays.
This is actually kind of funny, especially because you phased first. You do notice beings outside in the snow.
How many?
5, you think they are kind of zigzagging around each other. The thing is, and you haven't really seen this before, but you can recognize it because you've seen it on yourself. You think they might be doing the equivalent of phasing?
They're phasing themselves?
Pretty much. Or the equivalent.
So are the, would I suspect that these might be the ghosts that they were talking about earlier, ghost and mutants, or
Oh, you're not in Mad Haven yet, but
so
could be.
this isn't. I let them know what's going on. So they're incorporeal. Is that what I'm
Yeah,
getting at?
exactly.
And so I'm assuming not everybody might not be able to see them.
You all hear the warning, and I will reveal how they look on roll 20. I'm just gonna move the player thingy. Here you go.
Those things are hideous and terrifying, and oh god.
They seem rather nasty.
Well, they don't look
Oh,
friendly
yeah,
at
I
all.
almost
I
forgot to roll
think
my
the-
initiative.
I think the natural order of nature compels me to get them out of nature.
They do not seem natural at all. But Remy, that's basically the warning is basically you do facing and X-ray. That's your action. Yeah, that kind of fits. Let's go to Sophia, who makes a bubble around herself. She now has a bubble, and brings us to Jazz. What does Felix do?
Well, let's see. Huh? Do I see one?
Oh yes,
Do I know what
5.
it is? Great. Then that thing is going to get spirit bowed. Now, would you say that they are an alien intelligence essence or fragment?
No,
Do you say that we are anywhere near a ley line?
no.
All right, then I'm only going to do 4d6 damage when I hit them. When
Standard
I
laser
hit
rifle. Oh, that's a hit.
Aha!
That's a hit. Doesn't seem like they're dodging, so please do some damage.
Oh, that'll do. I'll take 16 on a 4d6. 3, 6, 4, 3.
It kind of sticks shortly in the bones and then continues along in the blizzard. And that gets us to Illustra! You heard the
Okay.
warning, and well, both warnings, that there's something there and that it's intangible.
All right. All right.
You are muted.
Right. Right. So I still haven't seen these things because I'm still inside.
Indeed.
So I don't know what's coming yet, but I know something's coming.
Yes.
So I guess my first natural reaction is going to be trying to get a glimpse of these things. Can I run to the I guess the front windshield, or like the cab area, and look out and see if I see anything?
Yep. Give me a perception test to notice them in the snow.
Don't think I have any bonuses to perception. So flat 16.
Good roll. You do notice one of these creatures that you can see in roll 20 heading quite speedily towards, well, not exactly you, but where you are.
Oh, well, I don't like that. I think at this point, then, I'm at least gonna try to work my way to the door to keep myself prepared for something.
You run away while it's heading towards you, trying to get into some sort of cover-ish. as Demetrius draws his rifle and hopes he has something to hit at some point. And that gets us to the ghosty things. The one flying towards the front part and the Nostra goes through the windshield with no problem whatsoever. Through the wall that the Nostra is hiding behind. And maybe to your relief, you're not really sure, through you. Heading apparently towards the kitchen.
Better not be after our food.
This is pretty much what happens to most of you who can see them. They're coming in from all sides, congregating in your kitchen area.
Well, maybe they just want to
Wait,
get
all
warm.
5 of them went into the kitchen?
Yep.
So I gotta get inside this thing now.
They're just warm. They need to get warm and they're hungry.
Put a bubble around David, please.
Well,
Keep the bad out, keep the unknown in. Put a bubble around David.
It is to Rembrandt's turn first. Now there are 5 of these things scattered around your kitchen area. The ferret is going crazy. Oh, you're muted.
So I'm not going to fire in the car. I do have a stun gun. I have a stun gun and a stun pistol, just so it's clear. One's contact, the other one's the projectiles. How about the stun gun, the contact? I want to see if I can zap it.
Give me a strike roll.
Yep. My strike is a +7, so
Nice. Now, it is very important to note that you didn't say you unfaced first, which is lucky, because you actually hit it.
yeah, I would have to unphase. I can't hold anything. My electronics doesn't work when I'm phased.
Oh, that's true. So you did unfaced.
Yeah.
Then you unfortunately swing through it.
Okay.
But you notice that it's kind of the same feeling you get when you pass through other things. It's close, not exactly the same, but you have a theory that you could probably be in the same frequency and actually affect them.
Oh, okay.
But you don't hit anything
Understood.
at this point. Sophia makes a bubble around. Well, she runs around out with her own bubble and heads towards the sleeping area and puts a bubble around David.
Good.
Which gets us to Felix.
I mean, about all I can do is try to get in the truck and see if I can, punch one. I can't really use my bow inside the truck.
You run inside and get the door open and notice what's going on, but that's the end of your turn for now. Demetrius tries to... No, he probably wouldn't shoot at one of them. He's not dumb. Yeah, he takes out his sword and tries to hit it. With a 15. That's probably enough. Can anyone remember how much damage his normal fire sword does? I think it's 46.
I think it was 4.
Let's do 46 for now. So 17. Which isn't bad. And kind of disrupt one of them. But still not as much as you probably want to. And that brings us to the ghosties. The ghosties apparently do not care about your weapons of fire or stun guns. They want food. and
Hey, you leave my beef jerky in the research area out of this.
and bursts into your cupboards, your refrigerator, your storage areas, and the food you see as they touch it turns to dust, including the beef jerky.
Oh, now it's on. Oh, now it's so on. The left don't get you, then the right one will.
Rembrandt.
Yeah, that's just rude. So I want to go into tangible, right? And I'm gonna punch it right in the face.
Yep.
Because that's
a strike roll.
You don't mess with another man's food, you know. So let me roll a strike here.
It does hit. It's a hand-to-hand attack, so it needs a 6. Yeah, I guess you have bonuses.
Yeah.
It doesn't parry, so give me some damage.
I have a +7 to my strike. I don't know how much a fist does.
How much strength do you have?
Is that PE or PS? 23.
Mm-hmm. Is it human? Like standard human PS?
No, but I think that all superhumans, once they get to Rift Earth, actually counts as having supernatural strength.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So
23, you said?
Right.
So you're stronger than me, you son of a gun.
I have a
hate you already.
bonus of +5. I don't know what that means.
23. Okay, we do the exact same. It's 21 to 25 does the same. So 2 dice 6 on a full strength, 4 dice 6 on a power. Power attack counts as 2 attacks.
2d6.
So we have the same.
And 46.
And the plus is only for SDC damage. So it's just 2d6.
Just 2d6?
Yeah.
Nice.
9? You do hit it, and seem to be ripping some of this strange gauzy material away from it. Mm-hmm. It's hard to read the face of a being like this, but you do sense a sort of surprise.
I want to tell him to Lego my ego, and I want to try intimidation.
Go right ahead.
That would be 65 I have to beat.
Oh, so close.
I'm not even the strongest one in the party.
I think you hurt most with your supernatural powers. But you try to scare it. It doesn't seem to work. It was a good try, though. But you do rip a bit of it apart.
That'd be fun.
So, Sophia, I guess, protects herself and David for now. And that leaves us to Felix.
I mean, yeah, the one
you are now inside.
I mean, I'm just gonna have to go after one of them. Probably the one, hopefully that I injured is the same one that she injured, is the same one that he injured. Would be the hope.
They are actually 3 different ones, but you do notice that there are now 3 injured-ish.
Is one of those injured ones the one that went after my beef jerky?
No.
Dang it. I'm gonna get you. You're gonna be last. I'm gonna make you wait to the end and see all of your friends die before I erase you from this world slowly. I'm gonna go after the one that looks the most injured.
Yep, that's actually the one that you shot before.
/ roll 1d20 plus 3.
Yep. No. You stumble and fall. And you are now lying face down in the very nice mauve carpet that's on this part of Lenny.
I look up at Tonto. Don't say anything.
Tonto is trying to get away from these beings. Well, cool. Then it's Elastra.
I think I'm also going to try to intimidate and say, hey, you leave that stuff alone or these guys are going to hurt you.
Yeah, what she said.
Yes, well, go right ahead.
All right.
Well, apparently you do have some sort of magic voice because they do notice you and begins to make movements towards leaving. It's not their turn yet, but it does seem like it has the proper effect, strangely enough. Demetrius is quite surprised by this and tries to hit one of them out of pure, habit. And he also falls down next to Felix.
Hey, you seen this carpet? Yeah, it's a nice carpet. Yeah, man, I love this mauve color. It's so soft.
You guys are ruining my intimidating voice.
At
least you're rolling consistent with Bill.
Hey, look, a contact lens.
I play his character very well. Very realistically. So that brings us to the ghosties. That very strangely seem to be very scared of this little blonde woman shouting at them, even though that the very tough-looking man who actually rips apart one of them doesn't seem scary. That, or they might have finished what they started. They leave and fly into the night. And you hear a sort of laughter in the wind.
Food check. How much did they
Well,
get?
that sucked.
I need a very small break because I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right. We will be right back.
Welcome back. As you notice all your food, except for the fairy food, funnily enough, you notice it's all been completely turned into dust. Like the rotting process has just super speeded. And it's everything.
I have been drying that beef jerky for days. Oh, also, there are lots of spirits in the area, and they're trapped by these evil things, and we need to free them. Yeah, like hundreds. They've trapped all of the spirits. These hunger demons. They've trapped all the spirits. We need to free them. They're also causing the blizzard. The blizzard is bad.
As you say this, you all hear knocking on Lenny, and Lenny saying, "Ow! Stop it!"
I open the door.
You notice a bent, leathery, old Native American woman. Maybe I can help with that.
Well,
I will reveal a picture in Roll20. You're vacuuming.
if she speaks Osage or Cherokee, I will greet her formally and properly.
She speaks Mohawk. I don't remember what the...
I think I chose Cherokee because it was kind of the most
Yeah,
common.
I think they also have that, so... You understand her, anyway. And you
Formal
notice
greeting.
these deep, ancient eyes of this woman. You sense wisdom beyond anything you've ever experienced.
I look back at the party real quick. You guys be respectful, or you'll answer to me.
I want to scan her and make sure she's a person.
She's a wise woman.
Does she have organs? Does she have a heart? Does she have a brain?
She does. She does.
Is she using them?
Yeah, they are pumping. If a bit slow, she is very old.
Pumping and beating in time.
Okay. Take point, Felix.
Yeah, after the formal greeting, basically it's what do you know about what just happened and how can we free these trapped spirits?
This can be done in my home. Follow me, and we will make medicine.
Oh. Hopefully you guys are coming. If not, I'm going with her.
Yes, come, young ones. See what the true people can accomplish. You head into the blizzard, and for some reason it doesn't really sting. It seems when you're close to her, it just kind of moves around you. You see some of the wind almost biting down, but can't really get close. And every now and then you hear her go, "Away! Get away!" And you approach a small cottage, hand-built by logs, with many a fetish hanging around it. Bones and furs, drying racks. And as you enter, you are met with this extreme smell, this musk mixed with smoke. And you all get a bit dizzy. You do. And as you sit down around her pot, it smells much more like food. I want you all to do me a perception roll. Now I will warn you that this will be rather high. So don't be surprised if you don't make it. No, not in this case. Oh.
The Native American, thank you.
Felix, you do notice a strange shadow dancing on the wall. Just for a second, flittering amongst the other shadows. A skeletal, gaunt figure with antlers. And this is where we'll end today's adventure.